All right, I'm gonna make spaghetti bolognese. And if it's not a complete disaster, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. So I'm making two different versions. I'm going to do a anchovy and red wine bolognese and a bacon and no booze bolognese. First thing that I always do is caramelize the ever-loving out of some onions. Measurements? Lots. Thing about bolognese is it freezes really well. So we have about half a dozen people coming over for dinner tonight, and we're just going to make sure that they've got enough to eat. Okay, so come on, don't be temperamental. So what you want to do is, I've already done all my prep. So I've got mushrooms, I've got bacon, I've got capsicum, I've got celery, and then I've got all the things that I throw in to the spag bol. So you then get however many pots you need depending on what you're doing, and caramelizing onions. Now this is the base for about a zillion different recipes that I cook. I put it on pizzas, I put it in paninis, I put it in sandwiches. I use it as a sort of a jam with, because you can cool it and put it in the fridge. So you fry off some onions, comme ça, and please work. Yes, it's working. And so is that one. No, don't be temperamental. So while the onions are frying, look at me multitasking. And 37 weeks pregnant. When you fry off the onions, you can also get started warming your pans for browning the meat. So here I shall fry off some bacon, because bacon is delicious. Now I always use free range and organic ingredients, because that's me. Never shall anything that wasn't a happy animal in life cross the lips of this animal welfare enthusiast. I also think that happy pigs and happy beef and happy chickens just taste better. Okay, so we've got this caramelizing, the onions, we've got the bacon browning off. I need one of those cameras from the ceiling. Hello, Daniel. Do you want to come here and say hi? Hi. That's Daniel. Okay, now in the other pan, I am going to melt off some anchovies in some oil, and they will be beautiful. Some people are really terrified of anchovies, but honestly, if you cook them through, they get a lovely mild sweet taste. I'm not even kidding. So I'm going to just melt off about 25 to 30 grams of anchovies. They're very, very potent, so you don't need heaps. And they melt away basically into oblivion. Once you've got a sear on the onion, you add, normally I add red wine, a bunch of thyme. I don't have any thyme. And I'm not drinking red wine because I'm pregnant, so for this particular recipe, I just add an absolute ton of balsamic vinegar. It sweetens up as it reduces, and it gets a lovely sugary syrupy texture. The onions release their natural sugars through the cooking process, as does the acid from the vinegar. With heaps and heaps of prolonged heat, gets sugary too. Don't ask me how it happens, it just does. Okay, so my bacon is done. So into that goes my boeuf. How much did I put in? Let's see here. Also organic free range, and that was about 500 grams. This is about 500 grams, so all of about a kilo. Now you're going to see some real multitasking, because I'm going to stir. Oh, this is not good. Off the heat. I'm going to stir. And I'm going to throw organic beef all over the kitchen. Okay, so that's browning off. Now the secret to a really, really good bolognese is that caramelization you get at the bottom of each and every step. Now, there's caramelization from the bacon at the bottom of this. It's lovely, sticky, sweet bits. Close the rubbish, sorry about that. And there is beautiful caramelization over on the anchovy, the dissolved anchovy oil. And the beef is caramelizing as well. And we stir, stir, stir. And these onions are caramelizing beautifully too. Oh, yum. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Deliciousness. Don't be afraid to make extra caramelized onions, like more than you need. It's not like mushrooms where if you crowd the pan, they don't turn out so well. It's actually fine, because as long as you distribute them in the pan, the more the merrier. Okay, and so we've got the beefs cooking. We got the onions caramelizing. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and now the next step, once all of the beef is browned, because the browning, well, it cooks everything through, and it also gives you that flavor that comes out in your bolognese. I'm not doing the vegan one today because it's already in the freezer for my beloved who does not eat animals, even though they were happy. His philosophy, I'm not sure, and it's just because he doesn't like the taste, which makes life interesting, because there's always at least 2 versions of a meal to be cooked, although we do get a chance to eat some lovely vegetarian food around here. Okay, so I don't have any mixed herbs, I don't have any thyme. I use this in like everything. It's Montreal Steak Spice, it's a Canadian thing. If you're Kiwi, and I know you, I can pick you some up next time I'm in Canada. It's just really quite lovely. It's got heaps of garlic and some lovely aromatic spices in it. And I just really think it gives kick to heaps and heaps of dishes. So that's looking great. Okay, now there is quite a lot of fat in this particular non-boozy bolognese because it's got the bacon and it's also got the mince. The mince was lean, but it's still got a wee bit of fat. Now I'm leaving all that fat in there because it's flavor. My onions are beautifully caramelized, so I'm going to put them to the side on a plate. And not crowd my mushrooms, and cook my mushrooms out along with the other vegetables. So if I could get my beloved husband to stop the tape for 2 seconds.